Hi, I'm Matt Sorrells with HGSI, and I'm going to make a small video that covers the new features in the release we just put out, 31806. Inside HGSI, the easiest way to get the newest release is to use the update feature, and when there is a new version of the software, you'll be prompted to if you'd like to install the software. You can also, there's a button on that dialog that'll bring up the list of what's new in the software and what's changed, so you can preview them before you OK the dialog. Once the new version is installed and all the data processing has been completed, you'll notice a couple of new differences from the previous version. One of the first ones is we've added a new interday provider. And you can enable the new provider using the intraday options off the main toolbar. The new provider is IEX Trading, and it joins the other three intraday providers. IEX Trading doesn't have any options. The options dialog just gives the copyright terms of use links to their website. IEX is a stock market exchange that's competing with the NYSE and the Nasdaq and the Amex, and one of their claims to fame is they're offering data for free. The data is not delayed; it is real time, and they have a very powerful back-end server system which can produce intraday updates fairly quickly. This will run in, it takes about 10-15 seconds or so. It will run faster the second time you do the intraday update. This intraday update with IEX is so fast that you can actually, we now let you choose to do the intraday update in the background, whereas the other providers other than Thinkorswim, that option, because they would take so long to process the intraday updates, this option was disabled. But with IEX Trading, the download time is so quick that we can actually do the updates in the background while you're running HGSI, so you can have the charts updating live every 5 minutes. We've added a couple of new warehouse fields, mainly the VPA-1 signal condition, and signal description. These are the same data fields as VPA signal condition, and VPA signal description that we currently have, only they're from yesterday, or the previous trading day, I should say. So these would be the values of the VPA the day before. And so now you can not only see 2 days worth of VPA signals, you can also write filters and do combination ranking against 2 days in a row of VPA signals, which for a number of VPA flags, it can be useful to see that there was a VPA flag the previous day. And this is so this is today, and this is the close in the database, and this is the day before. This is real time from IEX, and this is the day before. In addition to the 3 new data fields, we've also made a change to the analyst buy sell recommendation field. So now we're showing 2 decimal places as opposed to only showing 1. Or actually, we weren't showing any decimal places. The analyst buy sell recommendation is actually it's an average of brokerage firms buy sell recommendations for a stock. We have coverage on only so many stocks. The numbers are gathered by Zacks, and one is a strong buy, 2 is a buy, 3 is hold, 4 is sell, 5 is strong sell, and they take various recommendations for the stock. They assign it a number 1 to 5 based on whether they were recommending to buy or sell the stock, and then those numbers are averaged together to produce this average analyst buy sell recommendation. So 1 is a strong buy and 5 is a strong sell, and in between there are a gradient of colors, and we color code these. 1 and 2 are green, above 2 is yellow, and 4 through 5 go red. We also made a few minor changes to the smart groups. We renamed Gil Morales' smart groups, so if you subscribe to his smart groups, the name Chris Kutcher's name has been removed from the smart group name at Gil's request. So now they're all GM, but the logic filters behind these smart groups are still the same. It's just a cosmetic change. Now, we also made the similar changes to Gil's add-ons, and with this new release, new users won't be getting all the add-ons, and so to get add-ons, you'll need to go to the Help menu and pick Add-ons, which will bring up the website on the add-on page. And then you can go scroll down. Gil's new add-ons are here. To install an add-on, you just download the zip file. You don't have to open the zip file. And then you go back to HGSI and you do Preferences, Install Add-ons, and you choose the add-on, and it will restart HGSI to import the add-ons. We made a few minor changes in the charting. One of the areas we changed in the charting is for the directional movement, the ADX indicator. We made more consistent the naming. Occasionally in the charting indicator, we would call the DI plus and DI minus plus DI and minus DI, and so we made those more consistent throughout all the dialogues and in the data fields, so that we use the same naming everywhere. We made a few changes to bugs in the group in the designer, so that you can now rename a group with a spacebar. Previously, you could not type a spacebar in the group rename. You can also now type spacebars in the search fields as well, which you were prevented from doing before. In the warehouse, the home and in keys now bring you to the top and bottom of the warehouse. In addition, the page up and page down keys on your keyboard will now let you walk through the whole dialog, the whole spreadsheet. The page up and page down functionality has also been fixed in the ranking as well, so that you can page up and page down in the ranking, as well as go to the home and the end. In the charting, we made a small change to when you're developing a chart. So if you've created a fairly complicated charting view, like this one where I have an intraday warehouse field indicator, and say I was, this indicator has a lot of options, and you might want to remember this setup so that you can put this indicator, the way it's all set up with the custom colors and the custom fields, into another chart view. And so before you would have to remember all the settings, or you would have to use our user modified indicators. But using the user modified indicators would let you save off a set of settings, but it was pretty inconvenient to use because there was no way to get a set of settings from an existing view. And so now when you edit a view, if you select a indicator like this warehouse field indicator, there's a new save indicator button in the chart view dialog that will save that indicator to the user modified indicator set with the same exact settings it has. So you could then give it a name like custom warehouse fields. And then this indicator will be saved to the user modified indicators. And then if you want to add that to another view, when you're editing the view, if you say add indicator, the user modified indicators are all at the bottom, and that copy of the warehouse fields is here. And so you can scroll down, select it, and then it'll restore all those fields so that you can then stamp that into this view with the exact same settings. So it makes it a lot easier than having to, you can go through a bunch of chart views and save them off as user modified indicators, which then can be used with the add indicator dialog to quickly bring up a set of settings. For some indicators, it's way overkill because there aren't enough options, but a few of our charting indicators are so complicated, this user modified indicators feature can really help. Now, one of the things that additionally has been added is when you're browsing the indicators on the add indicator dialog, there's now a new indicator help button, which will bring up the help on that specific indicator that you have highlighted. And so it'll actually go directly to that indicator you've picked without you having to actually, before you would have to say OK, and then you could press this help button to get to the help on this specific indicator. But now you can actually get to the help before you actually add the indicator to the charting view using this new indicator help feature. And there have been a few other little minor tweaks to some data fields, a few minor bug fixes, but that pretty much covers all the major new features in this release. Thanks for watching.